Gomez.
Airport District and Spin the District. Lots of great racing. This is our men's race that we're taking a look at in our recap video. There was a couple times where we had a group of about 6 riders going up the road, then a different time with a group of 8 riders going up the road. One thing they were trying to be able to protect is that this was the last race of Speed Week, and it was number 7 of the USACRITS Series. So fighting for the overall points as Lucas Burgoyne is trying to be able to keep his lead overall in the USACRITS Series. And it just happened to be that his teammate on Cadence, Luke Fetzer, was trying to be able to keep his overall lead in Speed Week. One of the most aggressive riders of all of Speed Week, coming out of Winston-Salem, Will Harden, continued to be able to attack. In the end, these riders were just following each other. Nobody could get away until finally we had a small group of 5 going up the road. Now, in this group was a rider from Legion, Robin Carpenter, Fergus Arthur, who's a very strong rider on Foundation, and Luke Fetzer, your overall leader of Speed Week. But it was the Legion rider, Robin Carpenter, coming out of Boston, Massachusetts, winning race number 7 of the USACRITS Series. Chad, now that brings us to race number 8 right here in Omaha.
You are correct, and we are just moments away from our call-ups and the ladies to staging here at the Aksarben Tirc here in Omaha, Nebraska. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready for recognizing some of our top women in our field. Your first call-up, ladies and gentlemen, she's out of Cuba. Cuba, ladies and gentlemen, she had a USACRITS win in Hateville, racing for Kingdom Elite. Elena Quevedo. Your second call-up, third in Spartanburg, the 21-year-old for Team Flicker. Please welcome Izzy Harden.
Coming out of Delray, Florida, racing for Kingdom Elite Racing in the purple jersey. Right now, sitting 3rd overall in the USACRITS Series. She won in Noonan. Please welcome multiple national champion, Shannon Koch.
Our next rider comes out of the Southeast, Smyrna, Georgia. Currently sitting in 5th overall in the USACRITS Series for Team Flicker, Allie LaCroix.
Riding for the Biker Cycling Team, coming all the way from Colombia. Currently sitting 6th overall in our USACRITS Series. This is Luisa Parra. She rides for Mac Racing, coming out of East Point, Georgia. She's been racing for 3 years, and she started her entire cycling from Zwift. A master on the track and in the Criterium, that is Stephanie Clark.
Rest of the ladies to the line, please.
Rest of the riders rolling up to the line, and we'd like to be able to start off our pro women Aksarben Tirc with our national anthem. Those of you that can rise, please rise and get ready for our Omaha musician, Brian Corey, with our national anthem.
been playing trumpet since 5th grade, and it shows. They should have gotten this guy, Brian Corey, of course, on the bike, because with those pipes, he surely would have done well in the sport of bike racing.
Right. Oh. Riders' 3 laps are over with 6 laps to go. You're going to be going for 50 minutes around here. Your neutral service is behind you. After you come around turn number 5, it's on the left-hand side. You got a flat mechanical, any kind of problem, go in, take advantage of the free lap, and then come back out. Chad, I'm going to turn it over to you as you get ready to send off our pro women right here in Omaha.
All right, we've got a nice mix of teams here. We're going to be going on our officials' whistle. Want to make sure our pace car is ready. Our officials are ready. What about our timers? Are they ready? Judges are ready. Hey, Brent, it's really down to you, buddy. Want to thank, of course, our good friends at Omaha Sports Commission and Visit Omaha. Riders, are you ready? We're going to go on the whistle. Omaha, we are gone. Preem on the first lap. Preem on the first lap. Preem on the first lap. Frankie, we're already throwing out cash the very first lap. First rider across the line. Gonna get $250. All right, so we've got Mac Racing out of Atlanta, Metro Atlanta Cycling Association. Matter of fact, this race is heavily dominated by teams out of the East Coast. You got Team Flicker and Izzy Harden on the front currently. We thought she might have taken the overall, but she's jumped into second. And there goes Ruth on the attack, setting up her teammate. And that was the plan, Frankie. Let Izzy do little work and have her teammates trying to stretch this race out, because they are going after a gauntlet in the Kingdom Elite Racing team out of South Florida.
We talked about our USACRITS series, and again, starting back in Anniston, Alabama with the Sunny King race. Then going to Hapeville, and then noon into both of those in Georgia, Athens, Georgia, then Spartanburg, South Carolina. Going to LaGrange, Georgia. College Park was our last event we just had. Now coming right here to Omaha, and then going to Winston-Salem. So this is going to be race number 8. Alina Cueveda, the Cuban rider, currently has the lead, 1,598 points. Izzy Harden only 38 points back. And then Shannon Koch only 60 points back. Now, Alina Cueveda is wearing the Jack Rue Leaders jersey, and Shannon Koch in the purple jersey of Kingdom Elite. They are on the same team. Izzy Harden is in a green jersey for Team Flicker. So we're going to see what Izzy Harden can do going against the Purple Machine.
Yeah, we were coupling a Purple Rain to start, especially down in Lunan. They lit it up and had a great race series. Had a little bit of downturn towards the middle, but they have certainly picked it back up as our Backs for Subaru pace car comes through. And this is for $250. And Shannon just simply accelerated for that. That's her style, man. She is like just what we call in the sport of cycling, just sense this insanely hard, what we call tempo or speed or pace. So you'll see her trying to get breakaway for most of the evening.
Course is 1.5 kilometers around, 5 corners, kind of shaped like a golf club. Heading down there, they have that big circle, almost like a U-turn, and then when they come back down, there's a little bit of a square that they're going to make their way around. So one thing that's part of the USACRITS is tradition. You're going to have a sprint 5 laps in, a mid-race sprint, and 5 laps from the end, all gaining points, going towards their overall lead. So that's going to be coming up in just a little bit as well.
Yep, and you get a point for crossing the line first every lap. So looks like Team Flicker's having to take control of this. How is, well, that's Allie LaCraw. We gave her a call up just a second ago, but how is Allie going to overtake Shannon? Alina. Well, it's going to come up here in a minute. You're going to see a massive sprint, what we call sprint points, where you ring the bell with 6 laps in, and they're going to sprint on the 5th lap. We'll see what Izzy's got, because she really wants to try to beat and get as many points throughout the course of the race to push it towards next weekend in Winston.
Big attack from a green team Flicker on the outside. There's only 3 riders that aren't part of some of the teams that are here. Biker cycling team, Luisa Parra, previous national champion on the track. Remember, she's out of Colombia, so she's a very talented rider. She's in that white kind of multicolored jersey. And then Mac Racing with Stephanie Clark. And then the Lance Project, Lynn Wilson, has come out racing in the pro race.
It is in the jungle.
That's Luisa Parra looking over her shoulder. She's part of the first 3 coming in. They're trying to be able to get a breakaway. Remember, not everybody is fast. They don't always want to wait for the sprint. And so we have a lot of aggressive racing going on. What is this going to be? The completion of lap number 2. We're very early on in this bike race.
Izzy Harden has got to figure it out, and she will be strong enough to attack but also do well in the sprint. She says she likes it hard. The harder the bike race is, the better she does. So what Izzy's hoping tonight is this race is really hard so she can hope to take down Quevedo, riding in the Jack Rue leader's jersey. So go a point to Shannon, and Izzy gets none. So Shannon keeps stealing a point. Pata, of course, from Bikers. Justine Thomas, Clark, Wilson, and Ruth Allen.
Yo, listen, you hear that? It is in the jungle. It is in the jungle.
All right, there is your Subaru pace car. This is theoretically the backside of the race course, which is a unique here at the Aksarben, and there goes an attack right there. It looks like Ruth may be trying to give it a go. I saw her warming up. So Ruth is going again. That's rider number 113. All right, so Ruth is taking up again the Brit, racing for the Southeast-based team Flicker. And Ruth is trying to do something. It's going to be very hard against Kingdom Elite. And you know that's going to come. Kingdom Elite will understand what the purple team called Kingdom Elite out of South Florida decides to do. If one of the riders from another team get up the road, if they get caught, do they run the risk of trying to counterattack? Quevedo, she's in the leader's jersey presented by Jack Rue. She's not going to do anything. She's got a great sprint at the end, and she is not going to mess around. She'll save it so her other teammates can get an opportunity to win. If Kingdom Elite wins, Quevedo doesn't, everything stays the same just about.
Power riders battling it out a little bit, trying to be able to get that point a lap. Heidi Perderas coming across. It's another rider out of Cuba. 2 Cuban riders racing for obviously coming out of Florida. No surprise, there's some Cuban riders on that Kingdom Elite team, but Elena Quevedo as well, one of the Cuban riders. Big story about Elena Quevedo in that leader's jersey from USACRITS is that she was in a detention center for 15 months in Mexico all last year. Only got out in December of last year. All the time before that, for the 15 months in a detention center, a holding pattern, trying to be able to get asylum to be able to come to the United States. Finally, she didn't have a bike that entire time, and then finally she was able to come to the United States, and so she's only been training back on the bike since December, and she finds herself wearing that Jack Rue leader's jersey.
Frankie, so you go into seclusion in Mexico for 16 months, and then flash forward another few months, and you're in the leader's jersey and the overall in USACRITS. It's got to be a kind of a unique fairy tale for Quevedo. All right, we're going to be ringing the bell on the next lap. This is what we call the sprint points. We talked about how do you win the overall in USACRITS, which clearly is going to come down to next weekend. It's all about the points. So Frankie's going to get somebody to ring the bell, and then on the very next lap, whoever wins is going to get 10. He usually strikes out for kids, but we'll see who he grabs today. Searching. Those of you on the live stream, Frankie is walking around the venue looking for people to ring the bell. All right, here they come around that turn. I hear the bell coming. Still all together, it looks like. Nobody has been able to crack this shell of the bike race.
Talked about those points that are going to come up. Remember, 5 laps in, mid-race, and 5 from the end. Well, this is going to be our first point sprint. 5 places deep, 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2. August, ring the bell, make it loud. Ringing the bell, point sprint, point sprint. Bell is ringing, point sprint, point sprint, point, point.
All right, there goes Izzy on the front. This lap is going to be a little bit faster because, again, this comes down to points. Izzy needs points. She's racing the green and yellow flicker out of Athens, Georgia. So the only way that Izzy can steal away points is right now. So 2 things are going to happen. 2 things are definitely going to happen. The team in purple is going to try to win the sprint. Doesn't matter who. They just want to take points away from Izzy so she doesn't overtake Ailina Quevedo. So you'll either see Izzy go after it, but then you'll see somebody from Kingdom Elite try to jump ahead and steal points. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they all didn't try to sprint. Heidi, Prederis, Shannon Koch. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Shannon Koch on the front right now. Let's see.
What you wanna do, baby?
Nope, but it's no different.
I'll take you to the moon, baby.
One thing to remember is not everybody has the fast twitch muscle fibers. Not everybody in the bike race is sprinters, so they don't necessarily want to wait for the sprint. They don't want to wait for the final 150, 200 meters. So some of them are going to try to go from ways out, try to be able to catch everybody by surprise, attacking early on, and try to be able to use time trialing ability. Now the purple jersey, the King, they're all in formation. Ailina Quevedo, you're over the USACRITS Series. In second position.
You've got and Izzy Harden, Frank. So just in time to lead out, and then it's going to be either Quevedo or Izzy Harden to take the 10 points.
Watch out for Quevedo. 1 in Hapeville, so she's already got a win underneath her belt. Getting ready to be turns, a lot of looking. A great ride from King on the front, keeping the pace high. Justine Thomas. Go, Izzy Harden now with the green on the line.
Oh, they don't realize the slight headwind. It is a drag race, and Harden is going to grab 10, get 7. Oh, and Shannon didn't back off. And A point again goes to Kingdom Elite. You've got Coto and Justine. It looks like Heidi Praderis has gone and attacked again. And like Frankie said, they would love to get a rider up the road. Somebody in purple, they would shut it down. Nobody would chase it, but they need a big gap for the peloton to go, nope, we can't recover from that. But so Harris has not been able to get away at all. And again, it comes down to teamwork, Frankie, trying to drag it back.
Absolutely. Heidi Praderis was Hateville. We talked about her Bird and Noonan as well. And just off the front. Oh, nice move by Luisa Colombian trying to be lost. Jerseys have to pay attention. They don't want to get caught out.
Well, guess who's in the very back and got caught out on that?
Yeah, when it's a smaller group like this, there's not a lot of area to be able to sit. They didn't really wait for a lot of riders to do the job for you. Pay attention to every single move that's taken part during this bike race.
It's not going to take much to break the wheel if there's constant attack like so. She's being tagged along with Pata out biker cycling. Followed by Mac.
What does it mean to be part of a community? It means helping out, giving back, being there, and making a positive impact in people's lives. At Baxter Subaru, we're proud to be able to support others from a distance. Great local organizations and individuals that help to improve lives. We love being part of this community and seeing it grow. For us, love is not only our promise, it's who we are as a company and a community.
Heart-pounding moments, talent, big crowds, forgettable events that put Omaha in the spotlight. And it's all powered by the Omaha Sport.
Summerhill looking down at his gears. Remember, if these guys have a flat tire, a crash, or any kind of problem, we have what's called the free lap rule. Be able to go into the neutral service pit, be able to sit out, be able to get your bike fixed or your flat tire fixed, skip one lap, and then re-enter the race and race for victory alongside of everybody else. That way you're not penalized for having a little bit of bad luck after traveling a long ways to be able to come to the bike race. And that's called the free lap. Of course, that all goes away with 6 laps to go.
All right. So Burgoyne gets maximum points. He's really infusing a ton of points into his overall.
That purple jersey, William Hinkhouse. What a great ride by him, and he decided to do the counterattack. Hinkhouse is here all by himself, doesn't have any teammates. He's got that tie-dye purple jersey, very distinctive. So he's trying to be able to break this up. Johnny Purvis with that red beard trying to be able to close down that gap. And then it's Juan Barbados in the red and white from Foundation starting to be able to reel it back in with Danny Summerhill right behind him from Legion of Los Angeles. And then Biker Cycling Team on him.
Man, if nothing, this thing has been single file. Waldo Racing out of Florida. Naples, if I recall correctly. Then First Internet Bank, and then Team Flickr. First Internet Bank is like in the white top with halfway down it turns light blue and then fades.
Trash it, change it, melt, upgrade it, chart it, point it, zoom it, press it,
snap it, work
it, quick erase it, write it, cut it, paste it, save it, load it.
On the front, that's Justin Boldy, who I was talking about. Used to be about 250 pounds, was a smoker and a drinker, turned around and changed his life, started training, discovered the bicycle, and it changed his life. Coming out of Lincoln, Nebraska. Very strong rider.
Man, if you're training on the plains of Nebraska, you got to be hardcore. Constant wind. Aksarben Tirc. Well, there goes an attack. Juan Barbosa from CRCA Foundation team on the attack. Barbosa followed by Summerhill out of Legion. Looks like Flicker in the green is right next to that, maybe Caleb Landgrebe. Then about 2 riders back, looks like Fetzer, also in the green.
Champion, and he's been a national champion coming out of Columbia. Barbosa in the red and white jersey now trying to be able to get up. Boldest, once again on the attack, Mr. Watt Zone. Not waiting around for anybody. That multicolored jersey from Jackrew, Lucas Burgoyne sitting very comfortable, sitting at about 6 wheels back. Waiting patiently is Danny Summerhill in that dark blue jersey with the solid white helmet, waiting patiently as well. A lot of racing still to go. 75 minutes of racing. We're only 15 minutes in. Sitting on the back of the group right now, that's going to be Jordan Holicky. Now Bikes Racing in that black jersey. That's Johnny Purvis on the front right there. Look at them spread out across the road. That's an indication when they spread out across the road, they're going a little bit slower. They're not going flat out. This also could be the dangerous part of the bike race when they slow down and they bunch up. Riders tend to overlap wheels, run into each other. Got to be able to watch out for a little clip of the knocking of elbows and shoulders. And now we have Perry, the rider out of Indianapolis, Indiana, leading them through. Talking about Kyle Perry, he got his first bike from a Goodwill shop way back in 2006. Very strong rider coming out of Indianapolis, Indiana. He's a national champion on the track. That's the rider sitting in second in the white jersey, number 34. Earlier this year, he won the Tour of St. Louis. So he started off with some good form very early on in 2025.
Yeah, and Caleb Landgrebe right on with Team Flicker, right on his wheel. Excuse me, he is forcing everybody to work as Landgrebe has now gone to the front. All right, John Purvis, followed by Justin Boldy, Lucas Burgoyne, and Juan Barbosa.
That's one of our younger riders, Reeves Trujillo, on the attack. So Raif Trujillo right now attacking, trying to be able to stay up off the front.
Oh, now another big move right there.
Look at the speed going across Luke Fetzer, making it look easy. The California King, very successful at Speed Week. He's got good form. That's getting a little bit critical. Alarm bell should be going off. Look at the gaps that are opening up. Perry pulls off, trying to get somebody else to be able to come by. So Marcos Mendez has to respond. Remember, Lucas
missed it.
Who?
I think Foundation missed it.
I think Foundation missed it, but I also didn't see where Lucas is. I mean, Fetzer getting up there is decent because he's on the same team as Lucas Burgoyne, but not ideal. Looks like Waldo Racing, the team out of Naples, Florida, with 2 riders in the breakaway right now.
Very interesting group right there with Luke Fetzer, who's had a great racing in 2025, racing for and with Lucas Burgoyne, the overall leader. Bullet, Cowboy, whatever you want to call the kid, out of Texas. A Texan and a Californian hooking up to be a dominant crit team in 2025.
Clever Martinez sitting in the back right now, not doing anything. He's going to wait to see if it all comes back together. Preston I now has finally made his way up towards the front. He's going to try to be able to see what he can do. Young 22-year-old riding for that team flicker in the green jersey. Fetzer riding on the front right now, trying to be able to keep it steady. For the green jerseys, it's a dirt.
Goes Burgoyne and Team Cadence chase it down. As we say that, Danny goes to front, followed by Lucas Burgoyne.
Danny Summerhill coming out of Centennial, Colorado. Lucas Burgoyne coming out of Austin. Every time Lucas Burgoyne wins a bike race, he throws on a cowboy and a giant belt buckle. Or he throws on a cowboy hat and a giant belt buckle, and that's how he got the nickname, the Cowboy. Marcos Mendez now on the attack. The Argentinian rider trying to be able to go away.
Yeah, this is shaping up to be an international move right here. The Latinos are swarming the front.
Marcos Mendez won the very final race of 2025 at Doylestown, the Bucks County Classic.
%40 of our field, and sure enough, guess who's going? Danny Summerhill. Danny is an all-day breakaway kind of guy.
Danny won in Suwannee. Same way, kind of sat in for a while. Brakes would go up the road and come back. Finally, he managed to be able to get himself into a group of about 7 riders, and he won that sprint. So Danny Summerhill, as strong as he is, he's just as fast. Riders coming around the lollipop portion of the course, making their way back down. 1.5-kilometer course here in Omaha. Now look at the difference in the group, how they're not bunched up. In tow, excuse me. Preston I now. Rider coming out of Smyrna, Georgia, trying to be able to go across. Now, when you're bridging across a gap, you want to do it very, very quickly. You don't want to be able to take your time. You have to do it, and everybody's latched onto the back as they're trying to be able to drag back Danny Summerhill. One of the best riders out here. When Danny Summerhill gets out of the saddle, everybody gets out of the saddle.
This guy can win in any fashion. Summerhill taking a look. He's got 24 laps left to go. Waldo and Team Cadence trying to bring him back. Frank, I don't know if you remember back in the day when Tom Squillians lived here. He raced before he went over to Trek, and Danny raced, I don't even remember who he was racing for. What was left over of a hurricane came up on Univest Grand Prix up in the Northeast, and it dumped. And Danny took risks that Tom Squillians was like, nope, I'm not going to do it. So he won that 100-mile race in the rain, leftover hurricane.
Overall leader of USACRITS Series, trying to be able to get some other riders to be able to come through to be able to track back Danny. Gap was coming down. Now it's starting to go back up. No cooperation, and Preston I says enough is enough. I'm going to bring it back.
Looks like Preston I out of Sewanee, Georgia, trying to get across to Danny. Of course, Preston I got third in Sewanee in his hometown race, which is pretty big. Watch for the counterattack right now. This might be the move. We're almost halfway. Preston I pulls through. Danny Summerhill, second wheel. Then it goes Waldo, Cadence Foundation, and Biker Cycling Team.
A lot of these riders, they've been...
From out of the park, your adrenaline never rushed quite like this. Visit the city where sports fans roar louder and love of the game hits harder. Visit Omaha and prepare for experiences that come at you from out of nowhere. Plan your trip at visitomaha.com.
What does it mean to be part of a community? It means helping out, giving back, being there, and making a positive impact in people's lives. At Baxter Subaru, we are proud to be able to support others, provide assistance, work with great local organizations and individuals that help to improve lives. We love being part of this community and seeing it grow. For us, love is not only our promise, but it is who we are as a company and a community.
You are a maverick. You stand ready to change the world. You are an innovator with bold ideas and a vision for the future. You are determined to turn your dreams into reality. You are a leader, committed to making a difference. With Omaha as your campus, you're at the center of it all. Here at UNO, you dare to dream, to innovate, to lead, to shape a brighter future. You are a maverick.
Alrighty, that looked like Flicker on the attack. The team based out of Athens, Georgia, brought two teams, a ladies team. It looks like Flicker right now.
That was Caleb Landry on the attack. One of the young riders on Flicker trying to be able to go up the road.
He actually shaved before he came to Omaha, which is nice to know. Feels a little bit faster, a little bit leaner, a little bit more arrow. You gotta have his face.
You gotta have some pretty good form to be able to counterattack Danny Summerhill, even though some other riders are chasing. Here comes that time trial previous under-23 national champion Juan Barbosa on foundation, trying to be able to go across. The rider out of Columbia trying to be able to bring back the young Caleb Landry as they get ready to be able to come around. A lot of racing still to go. Many of these guys can handle 60 minutes. It's going to take about 45 minutes for them to get the fatigue in the legs, for them to have the lactic acid, for them to start to crack. That's when we're going to start seeing a breakaway once we get down maybe to that last 15 minutes.
Yeah, look at Caleb when he comes across. He slid really far forward on that bike. That's what we call a time position or a time trial position. It's about cheating wind and trying to defeat physics. And the more compact he is, the less resistance he's got, and the harder it is for them to chase him down.
Fireball.
One thing to keep in mind, many of these riders, they all live in different areas. They may be on the same team, but then they all come in from different areas and be able to race together. And so that's something that's different. Like Waldo Racing is a team out of Naples, Florida. The team is out of Naples, Florida. But different riders live in different states around the country. And then they come together, work together, and try to be able to win the bike races.
You'll notice, too, that a lot of the riders that come internationally, their city will be on the start sheet of where the team is based. So, like Navigators back in the old days, everybody was out of New Jersey, when none of their riders were from New Jersey. Matter of fact, none of them were from the United States almost. looks like it's the two Mean Green teams in Flicker and Team Cadence. Luke Fetzer's trying to chase down Landgreen.
Yeah, Team Flicker we're talking about is a bar out of Athens, Georgia. That's the sponsor of the one green team. Cadence Cyclery, that is out of Austin, Texas, and that is the other green team. Luke Fetzer now reeling them back in, going right around him and continue to be able to go up the road. Fetzer coming out of California. Looks like Jaime Castaneda may be having a little bit of a problem going in to be able to take a free lap, perhaps having a flat tire. The California King leading him through. Fetzer on the attack.
Man, Luke is so strong right now. Just riding people off his wheels, and he's got his head down and burying it. Wants to make it fast. Now everybody's trying to look around and assess the situation, but riders are dropping off the back of this thing pretty quickly now. Wear everybody down. That's what Team Cadence is trying to do. And these guys are doing intervals out of that turn every single lap.
So that rider that went into the pit is currently sitting 4th overall. So hopefully it's a legitimate mishap and he'll be able to take advantage of the free lap and get back out and try to be able to pick up some points. He's only 3 points from 3rd and only 40 points from 2nd. So the rider for Biker Cycling Team right now currently in the pit definitely has to be able to get out. And right now currently seeing 21 laps to go, which means in about 3 more laps, we're going to be having our mid-race point sprint coming up.
Frankie, I noticed something that Lucas Burgoyne was doing on the past couple laps. There's a thing in this sport of bicycle racing we call sag climbing. But what Lucas is doing, he's sag cornering. He's up near the front of the bike race, and he just kind of feathers it out of the turn and slowly accelerates because he knows there's a lot of riders that have to come around him. So he's saving bullet after bullet without having to try to accelerate each lap. Danny Summerhill realizing there's a split happening. He jumps ahead of Lucas Burgoyne, and now Lucas is going to try to chase down Danny Summerhill.
Yeah, Lucas should try to get on that wheel. And Lucas can sit on because he has a teammate that's in the breakaway with Luke Fetzer, so it's a free ride. As Jaime Castaneda, rider for his Biker Cycling Team, coming out of the pit. So he rejoins the bike race. Hopefully he got a good throw in. As right now they're hammering down, and it's all been brought back together. There's Castaneda. That is a good throw-in and a fair one where he's going to find himself up near the front. Sitting on the back now, that's going to be Leonardo Torcat with Waldo Racing. I like paying attention to who's riding in the back as much as who's riding in the front, because sometimes the riders in the back are there on purpose. Other times they're there trying to be able to hang on, and of course, always want to encourage these riders to try to be able to finish the bike race.
Fetzer's at it again. The dirty work is being done by Luke Fetzer. I mean, Lucas Fetzer is the starch to a shirt. He straightens out every single bike race and tries to own it. It looks like right now the team in green is trying to get a split going on here.
Team Foundation on the front in the red and white. That's a team out of New York City coming all the way here to Omaha. They have about 4 riders in this race. We talked about Clever Martinez, very fast sprinter. Fetzer coming through. Johnny Purvis making his way through out of First Internet Bank as well.
All right, we're coming up on the decisive point of our bike race. Getting close to halfway in this bad boy here at the Aksarben Tirc. And they are just throwing haymakers after haymakers right now. Justin Boldy, we talked about Justin earlier. He's had a great race so far.
Riders getting ready to come up. Gene, ring that bell. Let's make some noise. Ring the bell. Mid-race points, points, points. Mid-race points, mid-race points. Marcos Mendez on the attack. Bell is ringing for mid-race points. Points, 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2. 5 places deep. Riders starting to string it out, fighting for position. They got to be able to move up. You know, when you come out of that final turn, you don't want to be first, but you definitely want to be in the top 4 or 5 in order to be able to get ready for that sprint. 5 places deep, 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2, all on the line, as this is going to be our mid-race point sprint. Remember that multicolored jersey, the Jack Rue Leaders jersey? That is being worn by the Lucas Burgoyne. Some people call him the Bullet. That's how fast he is. Other people call him the Cowboy. He's a personality, absolutely for sure. And now we have Barbosa on the front.
They are whittling it down, Frankie. Riders get dispatched from the fast pace. When it's a smaller field like this, and I don't mean small like in a negative way, there's just nowhere to hide. And right now, if you're not fit, Frankie, you're going to get put out the back.
What the heck is Barbosa doing? I mean, he's leading out himself. He doesn't have one teammate behind him anywhere. Maybe Clever Martinez following Lucas Burgoyne, starting to be able to go around the outside. Burgoyne and Martinez now coming up to the sprint.
Fetzer, Burgoyne, Martinez, and then Castaneda. That's your top 5 right there. And that was a clinic by Team Cadence.
Lírico en la casa. Ellos me tratan de matar como quiera, les salgo vivo. La cotorra que tengo lo manda para el intensivo.
All right, there's your lead moto back of the race course. We've already passed the halfway point. They're starting to dial it in, and we've got a crash on the backstretch. Now,
a lot of riders down. That happening right in the middle of the group. They're going to have a chance to be able to go to the pit. So they're all going to be able to make their way forward to the pit. Hopefully everybody's okay.
So Frankie, these riders looks like most everybody's getting up, checking their bike, and then they're going to go into the pit with no penalties, so they get pushed right back in. If in fact they can either get a replacement bike, replacement wheels. Unfortunately, you can't get a replacement body if you're banged up. Yeah, put your hands together. A lot of these guys are going to be coming in and getting looked at.
So they're going to be able to go straight to the pit. They don't have to go around the entire course. They're going to be able to go straight to the pit to be able to take out a free lap, maybe even 2 free laps. A lot of bikes, it looks like it's more tangled up more than anything, as we have a lot of our top leaders that were tangled up in that as well. So not a good situation for many riders right now hitting the deck.
Looks like First Internet Bank and Team Cadence are trying to marry two bikes because they are not coming apart. They are fused, it looks like. All right, good move on the officials' part to move over, let them race. Guys, stay to your left, stay to your left. Stay to your left. Stay to your left, stay to your left. Those bikes are still together. Stay to your left, guys. Stay to your left. Stay to your left, please. Stay to your left. All right, looks like we've got one rider. Stay to your left, guys. Stay to your left. Stay to your left.
Hey, why don't you move those guys to the crosswalk? If you just move them forward to the crosswalk, you can get them out of the road. Waldo racing on the attack. Now, Justin Boldy, I believe. You know the young 16-year-old is still in here? The rider in the all-black jersey, Raif Trujillo, having a fantastic ride.
Work that till you pass out. Hang that till you pass out. Shake that till you pass out. Freak that till you pass
out. So Boldy right now, followed by Flicker, followed by CRCA Foundation, followed by look like Team Cadence and Frankie. Hopefully everybody get back into the race, but we lost a lot of riders on that lap.
Yeah, riders are going to be in that pit area, and again, they can sit there for one lap, maybe two laps, and then they're going to be able to come back out. Remember, it's a little bit longer distance as well, 1.5 kilometers around, as riders making their way back. So our leaders, and if a rider gets into a breakaway now, the group that's coming back in is going to be with the main field. You are not thrown in at the front. You are thrown in the back of the group, and that's what's taking place right now. Riders seeing 15 laps to go. Lap cards are up, 15 to go, 15 to go, 15 laps to go. William Hancock's doing a good job in that multicolored tie-dye purple jersey. Mendez now on the attack in the red and white. That's Clever Martinez that we see on screen right there with the GoPro on top of his helmet, and Lucas Burgoyne, the two fastest sprinters arguably in the race, riding side by side right now.
All right, there's your leader right there. There's Boldy.
In the white and black right here, the white and black of Waldo Racing. That's your leader. Marcos Mendez trying to be able to go across the gap to get up to the leader. There's two riders up the road, two riders up the road.
And right there you saw Lucas Burgoyne realizing it was not a great move for them. Then Clever Martinez realized that in the red kit, winner of Athens, he jumped ahead.
So one thing we should see are the rest of the riders coming out of the pit this lap. There might be two more that might be able to stay in there one more lap, only because they're the ones that had their bikes that were tangled up and somehow they couldn't unjigsaw puzzle them. But otherwise, the rest of the riders should be coming out of the pit. And again, they're not going to be thrown into the breakaway. They're going to be thrown into the main group. There's two riders stuck in no man's land right in between that are actually lapped. As we're waiting for the Watt Zone to be able to come around, Justin Boldy on the attack and off the front. The rider from Waldo Racing not waiting around.
The big kid right here, Boldy, with the bold move.
Come on, cheer him on. He comes from Lincoln. The Lincoln, Nebraska rider, Boldy, on the attack, trying to be able to go away solo. It's 14 laps to go.
Boldy is settled in. Rider number 11 for Waldo. Here comes Team Cadence. Luke Fetzer is going to chase down Boldy. Clever Martinez right on his wheel. Followed by Castaneda.
That's your race leader right now. Ring those bells.
So he crossed it 44:39. And that gap is only 6 seconds with Landry trying to get across. Tell you what, somebody from Waldo better be ready if Justin is brought back, because this is a big effort from the kid. Baldy's no influence on the overall. So they're going to give him a little bit of rope, but it doesn't appear they're going to give him much. He is no threat to the overall whatsoever. But Team Cadence is like, we don't care. We want to win this thing every which way we possibly can.
Well, I got a feeling some of these riders would love to be able to get a better cushion of points going into the final race. As next week we go to Winston-Salem, and that's going to be the final race of the USACRITS Series. Wait to see a few more riders coming out of the pit area to be able to make their way back into the race. And then we're going to have our full field once again. Johnny Purvis is on the side. Here comes Danny Summerhill as he's getting back into the race. So hopefully he's okay. Clock is ticking right now. One rider up the road, 3-second gap. One rider up the road, 3-second gap. Summerhill latches onto the back of the group, so he's back in contention. Rider Danny Summerhill last year was on the most dominant Criterium team in the nation called Rainstorm. That team folded and went away, so then he moved over to Legion of Los Angeles. It's his very first year on that team. And it's no surprise he was picked up. One of the most dominant Criterium riders. Very, very strong. And right now, sitting on the back, trying to be able to he's assessing his body a little bit right now. So Justin Boldy's been reeled back in. Now we got a new attack coming across the top, and that's going to be Kyle Perry coming out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Very good Criterium rider, very good rider on the velodrome or the track as well. There's a track in Indianapolis that he trains on. So the rider in the back, Danny Summerhill, he's got to be careful about not getting gapped off the back by some other riders that are starting to crack. Now's the time I talked about it. Last 15 to 20 minutes, everybody's looking for somebody else to close the gap and do the work. This is where the fatigue is setting in. Kyle Perry finds him off the front. Raif Trujillo doing a fantastic ride in the all-black jersey. So the rider coming up, well, I'm going to wait a little bit, then I'll explain. No, they're coming around the corner right now. There's a rider in the middle of this group that's only 16 years old. His name is Raif Trujillo. He's number 33. He's super tall and wearing an all-black kit. And at 16, what he is doing is incredible to be able to ride with the pros here in Omaha.
So far, it's been Waldo, Team Flicker, Team Cadence with a Danny Summerhill sprinkled in, along with CRCA Foundation. But we expected that. I mean, that's who's here, that's who should win. Boldy done. And man, every time out of that turn, they accelerate.
Hey, once again, a big thank you to HDR for sponsoring our Athletes Welcome event last night. HDR, the largest employee-owned architecture engineering firm in the U.S. HDR recognizes the hard work and passion it takes to compete on a national stage. And of course, super excited to be here. University of Nebraska at Omaha, proud sponsor of the Aksarben Tirc.
Once again, huge props to our good friends at Omaha Sports Commission and Visit Omaha.
In a hurry, you don't have to work.
Yeah, that rider's sitting dead last right now. Danny Summerhill, I think, he's trying to ride, but he's also trying to be able to see how he feels.
Doesn't look very good.
His leg was hurting as he was going to the pit, and I think right now he's trying to be able to figure out how much pressure he can put on the pedals. While on the front, Caleb Landry swinging off, trying to be able to get somebody else to be able to come through. Preston I sitting about 5 riders back. Preston I got a big confidence boost when he did a fantastic ride in Swanee.
His first USACRITS boat. And Danny there's either something wrong with his bike or something wrong with him, but he is looking around at that machine wondering something is just not right with it.
That's Johnny Purvis coming in, taking a 4-lap, 3-lap. Finally got himself situated, or his bike situated. Now, Preston I coming up to the front. Talked about that big boost of confidence, getting onto the podium at Speed Week. The rider in the green jersey, Team Slicker. Preston, one of those young 22 years old, leading him out with the green jersey. Remember, there's 2 different teams here riding with the green jersey. That's Canaan Cyclery out of Austin and Team Slicker out of Athens, Georgia.
And you guys just might be welcome to a rare treat at USACRITS, a field sprint. Right now, nobody's been able to get away. There's been fireworks, but no explosions yet. Yeah, Danny does not look comfortable on that bike. And as Frankie said, if he can hold on for a few laps to make sure that bike is good to go and he's no worse for the wear after his crash, he could be a favorite because the guy can sprint too, but he is so far back.
Another rider to be able to watch out for is that multicolored jersey, the orange, white, and yellow from the Columbians of the biker cycling team. Jaime Castaneda, pretty good sprinter. He's also been a previous national champion on the track. Now on the front, William Hinkhouse. So Hinkhouse controlling the field right now, trying to be able to see who wants to be able to come by. Sometimes riding on the front is the best place and the safest place. You can pick your own line, you stay out of trouble. Barbosa, the Colombian, sitting in second. I think that's Justin Boldy, once again, sitting in third position with that Waldo Racing team.
Frankie, I get the strange feeling that we might have a winner win this race that we didn't expect.
That Danny Summerhill, I thought he was going back into the pit. He still has time. It's 10 laps to go. He can go back into the pit until the final 6 laps. Maybe he's asking. Maybe we got to tell him. You can tell him. Tell him what happened.
Yeah, I think Danny knows. He's just trying to assess on whether that bike is going to keep going or not. If I'm him, take a lap. Get the bike looked at again. But again, I go back to the point where I think there might be a breakaway that's going to stick that nobody in the GC, nowhere in the overall in the USACRITS would be involved in that move. So this is an opportunity for riders who are not in the overall to get up the road. But so far, Luke Fetzer has said, nope, we don't want any part of that. We want the win and the overall.
Pretty fast race speeds, almost 28 to 30 miles an hour as they're flying around here. And another attack. Juan Barbosa getting arrow, trying to be able to crouch down, trying to be able to keep the pace going.
Barbosa's gone again, and I think Danny just did a couple accelerations out of the corner just to see how his bike responded, and so far so good. Barbosa.
Pan American gold medalist Barbosa now finds himself trying to be able to keep that pace high, trying to be able to break it apart. A lot of riders are tired. You can see they're not responding as quickly, not able to bring it back as quickly as well. Barbosa's a rider he would like to be in the breakaway. He doesn't want it to come down to a sprint. That's not his style. He's going to go from a long ways out. Right now, Clever Martinez sitting in second position behind the green jersey of Fetzer is just going to sit in, try to coast a little bit longer, try to slow things down, seeing if he can keep his teammate out front.
All right, we have just over 20 minutes left of racing. Barbosa on the front. The team in red, CRCA Foundation, the foundation team, they will see 10 to go. 9, 10, what's a lap between friends? 9 to go. That's a fast lap, Frankie. 10 to 9, just like that. 9 to go, 9 to go.
Started off with, I mean, it was a small field to begin with, but we started off with almost 40 riders in the group. We're probably down to 20.
You finish, you get paid.
I think half the group, because of the speed and how hard this course is, these 180, this lollipop, you don't realize like how much effort and how much power you have to accelerate coming out of the turn. It's much harder than just doing a regular four-corner Criterium, and that's what makes this Omaha course so challenging.
Barbosa to the front, followed by Fencer, followed by Clever Martinez. Don't forget our women's and our men's podium coming up next.
Well, they brought him back in. Juan Barbosa sitting up, little flick of the elbow. That's an indication, hey, I want somebody else to be able to come by. And it looks like Caleb Landry on the inside, counterattacking, hoping that some other riders are going to be extremely tired and nobody's going to chase it down. That's the gamble every time you attack. You don't know if you're going to be able to stay away or if you're going to get reeled back in. But right now, Landgrebe trying to be able to string it out. It looks like a small group of 4 trying to be able to separate themselves. Kyle Perry trying to be able to shut it down as well.
Yeah, I'm fancying a field sprint right now. The accelerations have become fast and furious, but they're starting to run out of real estate and time. Landgrebe chasing, followed Clever Martinez first through the line. Through the turn.
Martinez actually won the Athens Twilight Criterium, one of the biggest criteriums in the entire United States, by getting into a breakaway and then winning the sprint. They actually lapped the field at Athens Twilight Criterium. Here's your Venezuelan rider Martinez coming through. It's 8 laps to go.
All right, so now you've got Team Cadence and Foundation in the break. Who's left to chase? It's Waldo and First Internet Bank. That's the only 2 teams left to chase.
Lucas Burgon, your overall leader with the Jacko leaders jersey, sitting a little bit further back, resting and waiting. He is fast and he knows it. If it all stays together, it plays right into his hands. He will definitely be the hands-down favorite to be able to win here. And he's got the team to be able to help him stay in position. Those are your 2 leaders coming by with only a 3-second lead.
All right, let's see who missed it. Flicker, First Internet Bank. Waldo. Those are the 3 teams left to chase.
Kyle Perry's been riding on the front a pretty good amount, doing a lot of the chasing. And he's normally pretty quick, so if he's doing all that work, I don't know who they're trying to be able to save on that team to be able to do something a little bit later on. But the only way to give yourself a chance for victory is you have to be able to bring back the leaders, as now it's going to be Hinkhoff. Oh, I thought Hinkhoff was coming across the top to be able to get into the front. He actually slotted in that purple tie-dye jersey in 5th. Sitting 3 from the back now, the young 16-year-old Raif Trujillo. He's saving his legs because he's got a pretty good turn of speed as well.
Did you see Clever Martinez bear down and get on Fetzer's wheel? Fetzer came through it like plus 5 miles an hour. We might just get us a field split here in a minute. All righty, you've got Clever Martinez, followed by Fetzer. Looks like we've got every team involved except for First Internet Bank. And if that rider gets across, that is it. Game over. They're not working, Frankie. They're looking.
Well, I was going to say Fetzer is only 85 points back from Lucas Burgoyne, which is actually a pretty good amount. So Lucas Burgoyne's teammate is not that close, even though he's sitting second overall. But that's a pretty big group. A lot of these guys right now are trying to assess the situation. And would you ride if Clever Martinez was in your group? He's such a good sprinter, the Venezuelan rider. I don't know if I would necessarily want to bring him to the line.
Well, are you going for the win or are you going for the overall?
They get mad because they don't do it successfully.
You can't do both sometimes. Well, that is the death knell of a breakaway right there.
Yeah, that's the end of that. They all sat up coasting. They did not like that combination.
Nope.
It's all a matter of which riders and what teams 5 riders. They had about a 6-second gap, and they did not like that situation, so they all stopped riding.
I'm addicted like it's wrong. They can name it, say it too, but they can't.
All right, coming down to 7 to go. We're going to get the bell on the next lap for the final sprint points.
I want it all day long. I'm addicted like it's
What you gonna do with that?
All right, a little split up there. 6 to go, and they come back around. We're going to do us another sprint point.
They're definitely going to be able to step him up, try to be able to win this race. Clever Martinez going to be one of the big challenges for him. If Danny Summerhill's feeling good, he might be back in the mix as well.
Yeah, so clearly Danny's bike's okay. Now, which team is going to go to the front and start taking control? With this many riders left, I would expect it to happen in like 2 or 3 laps to go. Whether it's Foundation or Team Cadence or Waldo.
Sitting on the back of the group, one of our lap riders, Sean Watson with Waldo Racing. He's going to tag on the back of that group coming through. Points up for grabs, points up for grabs. 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2. Fetzer picks up maximum points.
Fetzer followed by Barbosa, I, Summerhill, and Bolden. Big fans of Visit Omaha and the Omaha Sports Commission. Luke pulled the plug. Everybody's sitting up now, catching that final breath.
Foundation in a pretty good situation here with about 3 riders in the race. And now when you're getting down to the final 3 laps, it's definitely an advantage to have multiple team members to be able to help set you up for positioning or for the sprint, or to be able to counterattack and be able to follow the move. So riders that have multiple team members are definitely going to have an advantage. Waldo Racing, multiple team members. Foundation, Cadence, First Internet Bank, all of these riders definitely with an advantage over some of the individuals, like we see with Danny Summerhill or William Hencoff or even Raif Trujillo. They have to be able to gauge their effort a little bit better when you're all by yourself and you don't have any help. As tradition has it with the USACRITS race, this is a twilight race. Racing at night is all part of Criterium Racing. And that's why we're doing it right here tonight here in Omaha. What a great event, Aksarben Tirc. You guys been having a great time out here?
Yeah! All right, now it's up to Waldo. The Florida-based team, we talked about a rider and a team that is not any effect on the overall. Now, who's going to chase that down? Waldo is in a perfect scenario here because it's up to the teams that are fighting for the overall need to chase them down. And frankly, that looks like a pretty big move this way.
I think this might be Dylan Hubbard on the attack, and it is. Look at this, Dylan Hubbard now trying to be able to go up the road. One rider up the road. What the world?
What in the world is going on?
So Waldo Racing chasing down Waldo Racing.
Okay.
Well, kind of different. Gonzalez now trying to be able to go across the gap. I mean, they should have just attacked together if they wanted to do that.
Now it's perfect because Luke Fetzer will then just ease his way into wheel number 2, and then that'll create a leapfrog situation to the other rider up the road. But yeah, that was strange to me. I don't get that.
Well, there's rider in the front right now in the green jersey. We're going to see him coming through, leading the field. Fetzer, super strong rider. He can ride the last 3 laps. Trying to be able to bring back whatever's off the front. There's Fetzer, the California King, riding on the front. He's going to keep it steady. He's going to keep this pace high. Part of the lead out is keeping the pace right at about 28 miles an hour. That discourages anybody else from attacking or taking a flyer. It keeps the group together to be able to set it up for your sprinter. There are some guys out there that have a turbo. They have a nitrous that is unmatched. That's what we're waiting to be able to see.
Frankie, I am scratching my head right now.
Well, he's set up. So Gonzalez now from Waldo Racing set up. Fetzer coming by him. Look at all the foundation riders, though, sitting right behind him. Yeah, Fetzer should swing off. Make Foundation do the lead out for these last few laps.
Yeah, I think Foundation is going to start taking control here. And they're actually trying to bridge the cross. Barbosa looks like he's attacked. Here comes Barbosa on the chase for Foundation. So you've got Waldo against Foundation right now. 3 laps to go. 3 to go. 3 to go. And that was it, Frankie. It's over. Three final laps left to go. And it's all back together again. Control, Alt, Delete. Refresh, empty the cache, get rid of your cookies, whatever you want to call it. We've got us a brand new bike race with 2.5 to go. All right, looks like Foundation, the team in red, is trying to take control. And on the backside, they're rolling, ladies and gentlemen. We're closing in to 2 laps left to go. The fight has begun. Real estate at Aksarben has become high priced. This will be the Jason Hines free. You can't escape me, brother. All right, looks like they're going to be ringing the Gamblers free. And Foundation is now gone to the front. But there is a serious battle between Cadence and Foundation. Green against red right now. It's like a Christmas battle.
All right, we're going to be ringing the bell. Leah, start making some noise and ring that bell, because this is the Gambler Preem. $250 Gambler Preem, Gambler Preem, Gambler Preem. $250.
All right, that looked a little sketchy to me, and I mean in the most fun way. You've got 3 teams trying to do a lead out. Hey, look, if there's one lane and 3 teams, it's going to be a muscle show coming down the last lap. Everybody's trying to deliver their sprinter. And we had another crash. Luke Fetzer's gone down. It looks like he's going to have to chase. Oh, man. Worst timing for Fetzer. Now Burgoyne's going to have to do it with Serna. And there is no way Fetzer's going to get back on. Oh, look at Luke go. He's trying to get back on. There's a crash in turn number 1. Remember, the pre-lap rule's over, so Lucas has got to chase. It's up to foundation right now.
Riders on the backstretch. Luke Fetzer, he's so strong, he's catching back up. He's going to latch onto the back. What can he have to be able to do the lead out? Foundation now on the front. Remember, they're trying to be able to control the pace. They want to keep it steady, and they want to keep it fast because they feel like they have one of the fastest riders in the race, and his name is Clever Martinez. Remember, we also rang the bell, $250 on the line, $250 whoever crosses the line. That's why it's called the Gambler Preem. Do you put in the effort to win the money, or do you save it to win the race?
Yeah, so the Gambler's going to be quick and dirty, but ladies and gentlemen, we are going to ring the bell. Let us hear you, Aksarben. 1 to go, with Caleb Landry for Flicker on the attack.
The birthday girl, Courtney, ringing the bell with 1 to go for our pro men. Now we're going to wait to be able to see who's going to be able to win the race. The red jersey with Martinez, or can your overall USA Crit Leaders jersey, can the Cowboy come back and win race number 3 of the USA Crit Series?
All right, here we go on the backstretch right now. There is a serious battle between Waldo and Foundation on the front. Burgoyne is sitting second or third wheel. No, he's in fourth wheel. No, Burgoyne is in sixth wheel. Followed by Danny Summerhill. Foundation.
Jaime Castaneda sitting right up there. Remember, he's on 4th overall the Trick Series. Has a good chance to be able to move up into second with a sprint. You ever hear the Saturn sit-up? This is where they should do the Saturn sit-up. Foundation with a good chance to be able to send some guys up the road. Summerhill obviously feeling better right now, sitting 5th wheel.
How in the world did Fetzer get back? There's no way that Fetzer made it back. Sure enough, he's crawling his way to the front. Foundation, now Clever Martinez, frankly, has gone to the front with Danny Summerhill trying to swamp on the right.
Lucas Burgoyne a little bit further back than I think he wants to, sitting about 6th place in that multicolored overall jersey. Now he's got into Danny Summerhill. That's a pretty good wheel. Martinez, though, on the front. Is Martinez leading out Mendez?
He's just happy. He's just happy about it. That's
We kind of figured that out, Clever. I was just going to see if you chimed in. Marcos, the team today, muy fuerte, very strong. Tell us about that.
Sí, la verdad muy contento de esta victoria para mis compañeros, que sin ellos no hubiese podido ganar, así que nada, muy contento.
He said he's really happy about it, and this victory is dedicated to his teammates. He couldn't have done it without them, so it's just thank you and pretty happy about it.
Marcos, Marcos, tell us a little bit about it. Clever, go away. I'm kidding. Tell us a little bit about how the team, we talked to Seba, and we asked him, the team is taking time to gel. Well, now 2 wins in the USACRITS. How does that feel to you?
Sé que él habló con Seba y Seba dice que el equipo se tomó su tiempo para armarse y funcionar bien. ¿Y qué dice usted acerca de eso?
Sí, la verdad muy contento, tardamos un poco en armarnos, pero bueno, acá estamos, pudimos ganar 2 de USACRITS y nada, espero que vengan más victorias.
He said he's happy about it again, and yes, we took our time to come together, but finally we made it. Everything came together, and he's hoping we get more wins throughout the season.
Muchas gracias, perfecto. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion both in Spanish and in English for Foundation, Señor Marcos Mendez. Woo! There you have it. Aksarben is Marcos Day. And Foundation with a big win here in the
We need to. Can you move the podium off of the line? It can't be on the timing strips. Thank you. Just move it forward. Yep. Women, are you around? Pro women? Boom, boom, boom. I saw them standing over there a minute ago. They were cheering on the men as they came. Oh, they're right here. Well, I got one of them. Is Heidi here? Shannon? Yep. All right. And then Izzy, where are you? Boom, boom. Last call, Izzy Harden. Around Izzy. Okay. Like we've never done it like this before, right? This is new? Right, because this is new. We've never done this before. Is that her running? Oh my God. You are a much better cyclist than you are a runner. At least you're not running in your cycling shoes. That's a good thing.
And down the stretch she comes. And that's about it for Izzy's cross training for the weekend. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready for the podium. In third place, racing for Team Flicker, Izzy Harden. And, of course, we want to thank the Omaha Sports Commission. In second place, racing for Kingdom Elite, Heidi Praderas. And your winner today for Kingdom Elite, her second win in the USACRITS. Please welcome Shannon Koch. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your top three. Thanks to our good friends at Visit Omaha. Now to present the Jack Rue jersey, Lindsay Toussaint. Go ahead, Lindsay. Thank you very much. Here's a Jack Rue Leaders jersey. I mean, winner's jersey for today. Sorry about that. I got ahead of myself. All right, now it's up. Now next is the champagne for Shannon. Oh, you forgot about that, didn't you? And there it is, Shannon Koch celebrating. You missed us. Alina. Where's Elena? Quevedo. She coming? Oh, there she is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in just a moment, we're going to do our overall leader, and it's this close between Izzy Harden and Alina Quevedo. 9 points. 9 points. 9 puntos. Es la diferencia. 9 is the difference. Hey, your overall leader right now, USACRITS. Please welcome Alina Quevedo of Kingdom Elite. 9 points. Thad Fisher to don leader's jersey presented by Jack Rue. 9 points. That's like nothing. So watch next week on the live stream. And there's your overall leader. As we head into the final race. All right, Frankie Andreu's going to be doing the men.
Moving on to our pro men, like to be able to start off in third place, riding for Legion of Los Angeles. Coming out of Colorado, Danny Summerhill. So Summerhill taking a spot on the third spot of the podium. What about a silver medal from Team Cadence Cyclery? It was dead even, and it came down to less than a tire tread. Lucas Burgoyne in second. And this man is starting to become more and more dangerous. The threat is alive. Your winner here in Omaha, riding for CRCA Foundation. Please welcome Marcos Mendez. Hey, congratulations once again, Summerhill, Burgoyne, and your champion right here, the Aksarben Tirc. It's Marcos Mendez. Lindsay Toussaint with our Omaha Sports Commission presenting the winner's jersey. Flowers in the air. Here's your top three. Lindsay now presenting the champagne as the celebration continues. Once again, a big thank you to the Omaha Sports Commission. What a fantastic event as we're celebrating here in Omaha. A little bit of a swing from each of our players up there. Now, as they come down, we're going to swap positions as Lucas is going to go to the top step. Still maintaining his lead. Actually, I shall say increasing his lead. Your overall leader right now with only one race to go in the USACRITS Series coming out of Austin, Texas, Lucas Burgoyne. Hey, big thank you to everybody here in Omaha from the Omaha Sports Commission. My name's Frankie Andreu for Chad Andrews. Hopefully you guys had a great time out here. The riders were fantastic. The city was very inviting. We look forward to coming back next year. In the meantime, for everyone, please drive home safely.